A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So, my dear students, we were discussing about Helmut story in our previous tutorial, in our previous class, and we discussed about the causes of the First World War also. We discussed about the Nazism, and we have also came to know about brief history about Adolf Hitler also. He was a German politician. He was the leader of the Nazi party as well, and he led his nation into disastrous war, triggered total destruction of millions of his own citizens. Triggered the total destruction of millions of his own citizen. That is quite important. He became the cause of the destruction of his own citizens also, because he was having this anti-Semitic ideology. He was thinking about the best race who should be living in Germany only. And according to him, the Nordic German Aryan are the best race, and they only deserve to live in Germany. And that's why he killed a lot of people. That we will come to know later on in the chapter also. In detail, we will go through. So we have discussed about the elite powers as well as the central powers. So about the two groups of the people were there, countries, two group of countries were there, and they fought the war throughout the world. And we just realized about the causes of the world war also, because there was some mutual defense alignment, alliance between different countries. And if one is attacking other, then the third party is also coming in the front to defend the other. So that was the causes of the world war that we have gone through. There was one more causes that we haven't gone through. Let me go through that also, because that is quite important, my dear students. That is let me show you with that one. Yes, mutual defense alliance that we have discussed in our previous class, but we haven't discussed about this topic, imperialism. Now, what is that? Imperialism is when a country increases their power as well as wealth by bringing additional territories under their control, and with the help of their military power. Means when a country is attacking someone with the help of his military power and acquiring, or you can say capturing, the territories of other countries with the help of what? With the help of military power. That is known as imperialism. यानी ताकत के बल पर किसी कंट्री पर कब्जा कर लेना. That is known as imperialism. So before World War First, that is First World War, Africa and part of Asia were points of argument among the European countries. So many European countries were saying that parts of Asia were also included in their origin, in their territories. Even part of Africa also was in argument. Because of the raw materials these areas could provide, because of the raw materials that the European countries can get in from Asia, from Africa. That's why there was a thinking of the European countries that those few parts of Africa as well as Asia belong to them, and that's why they were trying to take that particular part under their control. So there were tensions around these areas, it was running high, those tension, है ना. क्योंकि हम लोगों को पता है कि अगर एक कंट्री के पास में काफी, अगर मान लेते तेल है ना, if they are having petrol or diesel in their country, then the other country would have an eye, and they will try to capture that particular country which is having petrol, diesel, or any other materials, or you can say also. So that was also one of the reasons that other countries were trying to capture the other countries so that they can get the benefit. So the increasing competition as well as the desire for greater empires, led to an increase in dispute. Competition बढ़ रहा था. सभी कंट्रीज सोच रहे थे कि हम कुछ एशिया के कुछ पार्ट्स को कब्जा कर लें, कुछ अफ्रीका के पार्ट्स को हम ले लेते हैं, तो हमारा जो है वो क्या हो जाएगा, फायदा हो जाएगा. So everyone was in just you can say everyone was greedy to take the part of other countries. And that increased the dispute between the countries, and that helped push the world into First World War also. तो एक ये भी reason, एक तो वो हम लोगों ने देखा mutual defense alliance was there among different countries, and the next important reason was about imperialism also. Here you can see over militarism also, है ना. As the world entered in the 20th century, an arms race had also begun, है ना. ये arms race यानी कि किसके पास कितना अच्छा हथियार है, वेपन है, वो भी एक कंपटीशन का दौर बन चुका था. Everyone was testing their arms on the others. और सभी लोग चाहते थे कि हम अपना आर्म्स को, अपने हथियार को टेस्ट करें दूसरे कंट्रीज पर कि कैसा काम कर रहा है ना. और सभी लोग दिखाना चाहते थे कि हम ज्यादा मजबूत हैं ना. वी आर हैविंग बेटर आर्म्स ऑफ बेटर मिलिट्री, बेटर आर्म्स, बेटर आर्मी against the other countries. So by 1914 you can see जर्मनी हैड द ग्रेटेस्ट इंक्रीज इन मिलिट्री बिल्डअप. तो 1914 तक क्या हुआ, जर्मनी ने दिखाया ये काम करके कि उसने अपना आर्मी को काफी हद तक बढ़ा लिया था ना. दे इंक्रीज देयर आर्मी, they spend a lot of money in their army military build-up also. Even Great Britain and Germany both greatly increased their navies in this time period. Navy है ना, नेवी जो आर्मी होता है एक कंट्री का, तो उसको भी इन लोगों ने, ब्रिटेन भी और जर्मनी ने काफी अच्छे से इंक्रीज किया था. This increase in militarism help push the countries involved into war. जब लोगों के पास ताकत आ जाता है ना, when they have the power, when they have the strong military system, then they try to capture other countries. तब उनके अंदर में क्या आ जाता है, एक प्राउडनेस आ जाता है, घमंड हो जाते हैं लोगों को, कंट्रीज को, तो वो दूसरे पर कब्जा करना चाहते हैं. And one other reason, my dear students, that is nationalism. Much of the origin of the war was based on the desire of Slavic peoples in Bosnia and Herzegovina to no longer part of Austria-Hungary, but instead part of the Serbia. ये एक बहुत important reason रहा, क्योंकि the slave, जो गुलाम लोग होते थे, मजदूर, they were especially belonging to Serbia. बट ऑस्ट्रिया हंगरी जो है वो चाहता था उस जगह को कब्जा कर लेने के लिए, बोस्निया और हर्जेगोविना. These are the two places which was actually the part of the Serbia, but Austria-Hungary tried to capture these two particular places so that they can get the slaves at free of cost. So in this way nationalism, लोगों के अंदर में देशभक्ति जागा, है ना. They tried, they became what, nationalist, the people of Serbia as well as the people of Austria-Hungary also, and they started the war also. And we know that because of the alliance, many of the countries, they also took part in the war. So these are the reasons which have been given by different countries. This is also one of the reasons you can see how that war break out. है ना, वो war जो वो शुरुआत कैसे हुआ, the First World War, how it started. That it started with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. जैसे ये आर्कड्यूक फ्रैंच फर्डिनेंड का मर्डर होता है, वैसे ये वर्ल्ड वॉर समझ लीजिए आप स्टार्ट हो जाता है. नाउ हु इज दिस पर्सन, लेट अस सी. Assassination, you know, that is the killing or the execution of a particular person. So assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. In June 1914, a Serbian nationalist terrorist group called Black Hand sent groups to assassinate the Archduke. सर्बियन का एक नेशनलिस्ट होता है, that is the देशभक्त सर्बिया का, because the Serbian were thinking that those parts which have been captured by Austria-Hungary, actually those are the part of Serbia. So सर्बिया के बहुत सारे ऐसे आदमी थे जो देशभक्त थे और वो सोचते थे कि ये आर्कड्यूक जो है ऑस्ट्रिया हंगरी के, यानी कि जो किंग है, उनको हम लोगों को मार देना चाहिए. So that's why the Serbian nationalist terrorist group called as Black Hand, they sent a group of people to assassinate Archduke Ferdinand. Their first attempt failed when a driver avoided a grenade thrown at their car. तो पहला उन लोगों का टेररिस्ट अटैक जो वो फेल हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ द क्लेवरनेस ऑफ ड्राइवर जो बचा लेता है क्योंकि एक ग्रेनेड फेंका जाता है कार पर, बट समहाउ सेव्ड. However, later that day, a Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip assassinated him and his wife while they were in Sarajevo, Bosnia, which was part of Austria-Hungary. तो Austria-Hungary में क्या करने गए थे भाई ये लोग? The Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife, they went to attend a you can say marriage ceremony in Austria-Hungary. तो वहीं पर उनको मौका भी मिल गया सर्बिया के लोगों को. So one of the nationalists, Gavrilo Princip, shot, यानी अचानक उसने गोली चलाना शुरू कर दिया, and he killed both Archduke Franz Ferdinand as well as his wife also. And from there, from that particular time, Austria-Hungary was taken, you can say, was taken into target. When the driver slowly backed out of the street, Princip pulled his gun and fired several shots in the car, hitting Sophie. Sophie was the name of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, his wife. सोफी इन द स्टमक, है ना, वाइफ को कहाँ गोली लगता है, स्टमक में, एंड फ्रेंच फर्डिनेंड इन द नेक, और फ्रेंच फर्डिनेंड को कहाँ पर गोली लगता है, वो नेक पे लगता है. दे बोथ डाइड ऑन द स्पॉट बिफोर दे कुड बी टेकन टू द हॉस्पिटल, and this was in protest to Austria-Hungary having control of this land. So ये एक protest दिखाया गया क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रिया हंगरी ने कब्जा कर रखा था दो जगहों पर, which Serbia was thinking that it is there, and from then and there ये ऑस्ट्रिया हंगरी they declared war on Serbia. This assassination led to Austria-Hungary declaring war on Serbia. तो ऑस्ट्रिया हंगरी के जो भाई किंग को अगर कोई मार देगा तो वो तो चुप से नहीं बैठेंगे. So they declared war on Serbia. और फिर वो सर्बिया से आपने देखा कि सर्बिया का किसके साथ अलायंस था, रशिया के साथ. सो रशिया वाज देयर. और फिर जर्मनी ने डिक्लेयर कर दिया रशिया पर वॉर, क्योंकि जर्मनी का अलायंस किसके साथ था, ऑस्ट्रिया हंगरी के साथ. एंड द वॉर बिगैन. तो ये फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर जो स्टार्ट कैसे होता है, बिकॉज ऑफ द असैसिनेशन ऑफ दिस आर्कड्यूक फ्रेंच फर्डिनेंड. दैट इज द लॉन्ग स्टोरी माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स दैट आई हैव जस्ट डिस्कस्ड विथ यू ऑल, सो दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द कॉजेस ऑफ द First World War, how it really started, how it really happened. So we have discussed a lot about the causes of World War. Let us see the impact of First World War on the political structure of Germany. जर्मनी के पॉलिटिकल स्ट्रक्चर पर क्या असर पड़ता है वर्ल्ड वॉर वन का. WW1 stands for First World War. Okay, World War First. So let us see the impact. असर क्या पड़ता है. Many of the emperors of Germany who were just ruling in different parts of Germany, in different states of Germany, they started quitting, they started abdicating. यानी वो लोग जो emperor जो है वो छोड़ना शुरू कर दिए. They stopped ruling that particular state, है ना. And that gave opportunity to parliamentary parties to recast the German policies. So अब जो बच गए थे, है ना, those parties who were there in the parliament, they got the opportunity to restructure, to redesign the German politics, है ना. उनको एक मौका मिल गया क्योंकि many of the emperor they started quitting because they cannot control, they cannot handle their own state. That's why. So those parliamentary parties, those who were remaining there in the parliament, they set up at a place known as Weimar, and they set up a national assembly, which they were calling that they have to sit up at a particular place, and that place was Weimar in Germany. So all the parliament parties, they sat together to decide the future of Germany. So what they have done, they established democratic constitution. So they established, or you can say they framed a constitution that was democratic nature, where people will vote to choose their government. That was the thing, and that was one of the parts, you know, of the feature of democracy that we have discussed in previous chapter also. So they have done this one. They established that democratic constitution where people will vote to choose their government from their own. With a federal structure, means there will be a two-tier government, that is central government and स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. सो दे फ्रेम दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कि एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट होगा, बाकी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट उसको फॉलो करेंगे, और जो भी हम लोग रूलर इलेक्ट करेंगे, वी विल इलेक्ट बाय वोटिंग, वी विल इलेक्ट आवर रूलर बाय वोटिंग. So deputies, or the you can say representative, will be elected by equal and universal votes cast by all adults including women. That is good for the women, my dear students. तो उन्होंने ये भी डिसाइड किया कि हम लोग जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इलेक्ट करेंगे, दैट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव वी विल इलेक्ट बाय द मेथड ऑफ व्हाट, यूनिवर्सल वोट्स एंड इक्वल वैल्यू ऑफ वोट्स विल बी देयर. यानी सभी का वोट हम लोग लेंगे और एवरी वोट विल हैव सेम वैल्यू, equal value, and even women will also vote to elect our representative. So that is good. अभी तक तो बहुत अच्छा है. But there were some defects in the Weimar Republic which made it very unstable and opened it to dictatorship. So कुछ defects है Weimar Republic में. There are few defects that we will discuss, and that defects made it unstable. अनस्टेबल था गवर्नमेंट. बहुत जल्दी ज्यादा देर गवर्नमेंट जो भी वो इलेक्ट होते थे वो ज्यादा दिन तक वो रह नहीं पाते थे. दे डोंट यूज्ड टू स्टे फॉर अ लॉन्गर टाइम any government which they were electing, and it opened the gate for the dictatorship. और इसी वजह से dictatorship का समझिए रास्ता साफ हो गया था. So let me tell you two more things that you have to note over here, my dear students. German parliament was also known as Reichstag. जर्मन पार्लियामेंट को हम लोग राइक्सटैग के नाम से जानते हैं. And Germany was also known as Weimar Republic. So remember, MCQ. For MCQ, it is important. What do you mean by Reichstag? So Reichstag was the name of the German parliament, and Germany is also known as Weimar Republic at that time. Germany was also known as, because India is known as Republic of India. So likewise, Germany was also known as Weimar Republic. So my dear students, if you have so my dear students, let us go through the defects in Weimar Republic. Weimar Republic में यानी कि that the constitution they have framed, there were some defects, and the first defect was the most important one, that is the proportional representation. Means it is an electoral system in which parties gain seats in proportion to the number of votes cast for them. So इस type के presentation में proportional representation that we also follow in India also to elect our president also. Here in this proportional representation, winning by majority is really an impossible task. यानी कोई भी majority से नहीं जीत सकता in this type of proportional representation. Here the party used to gain seat in proportion to the number of votes. है ना, जितने भी votes मिलते हैं that are transferable also. So यहाँ पर parties जो इनको भी vote मिलता है that they gain their seats in proportion. And winning by majority is really an impossible task. ये हमेशा क्या होगा? That will be a rule by coalition. Coalition government can only form in this type of proportional representation. So if there will be a coalition government, then if one of the government who will try to make progress of the country, then the opposition will try to get it back also. So the opposition can come in between also. So that is really maybe sometime harmful for the country and sometime maybe very beneficial for the country, this proportional representation. So I am going to give you one example to discuss about this proportional representation. Let us go through the example कि आपको अच्छे से बेहतर से समझ में आ जाए कि proportional representation होता क्या है. So I am just clicking on the link. That is the first defect in Weimar Republic. इसमें क्या होता है कि winning by majority is impossible हो जाता है. So let me give you one example. Okay. Proportional representation that I am going to represent. Read out the text. आप लोग text को जरा अच्छे से पढ़ें. Go through the text that I am just written over here. A candidate need to get more than 50% votes to win the election. Proportional representation में क्या होगा? That a candidate will have to get more than 50% votes to win the election. So in this proportional representation, candidate need to get more than 50% vote to win the election. Suppose there are 10,000 voters. कितने voters है? Let us consume that total number of voters is 10,000. So अगर एक candidate को जीतना है, in that case winner will have to get 10,000 divided by 2, that we will get 50% plus 1 vote. Means in this case, if a candidate want to win an election, then he will have to secure or he will have to get 5,001 votes. That is more than 50%. है ना, 10,000 का 50% कितना होता है? 5,000. और 5,000 से ज्यादा वोट चाहिए, यानी 5,000 एक हो गया तो ज्यादा हो गया. So a candidate can win the election if he or she gets 5,001 vote. In this case, if there is a total number of voter is 10,000. So let us consume that the total number of voter is 10,000. So अब यहाँ पर 10,000 जो voters है, and suppose there are 4 candidates. कितने candidates है? 4 candidates है election में. President का election होने वाला है. So there are 4 different type of candidates. They are named as A, B, C and D. अब एक वोटर को आपको हम दिखाते हैं बैलेट पेपर कि उसको वोटिंग कैसे देना है. Let me show you that one. I am going to show you one ballot paper of a voter. You can see over here. एक बैलेट पेपर है वोटर का, उसमें उसको वोट कैसे देना है, चारों कैंडिडेट्स को उसको वोट देना पड़ता है. सपोज अ बैलेट पेपर ऑफ मिस्टर रवि का ये बैलेट पेपर है. रवि क्या है, वो वोट दे रहा है इलेक्शन के लिए, प्रेसिडेंट को इलेक्ट करने के लिए. एंड द 4 कैंडिडेट्स आर A, B, C and D. ओके. अब रवि हैज गिवन हिज फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस टू A. Means according to Ravi, A should become the president of the country. But he is thinking, okay, if A cannot become the president, then what is his second preference? Second preference Ravi ने किसको दिया है? D को. रवि कह रहा है कि चलो A अगर नहीं बनता है इलेक्शन में प्रेसिडेंट, कोई बात नहीं, तो मेरा नेक्स्ट प्रेफरेंस D को जाता है कि नेक्स्ट D को बना दिया जाए प्रेसिडेंट. Likewise, he is giving his third preference to B. और वो थर्ड प्रेफरेंस किसको देता है? B को. And Ravi is giving his fourth preference to C. So according to Ravi, पहला प्रेसिडेंट सबसे पहला चांस किसको बनना चाहिए? ए को, नेक्स्ट डी, एंड थर्ड प्रेफरेंस इज बी, एंड फोर्थ प्रेफरेंस इज C. So likewise, all the 10,000 voters will have to fill this particular ballot paper. सारे 10,000 वोटर्स को ऐसे ही करके वो फॉर्म भरेंगे और अपना अपना प्रेफरेंस देंगे. तो the voting has been done, voting हो चुका है, and now the result is in front of you. A को कितना मिला है? 3,800. B has got 2,900. इसका मतलब B क्या है कि यानी कि 10,000 वोटर में से ऐसे लोग हैं, 10,000 में से 2,900 ऐसे लोग हैं, those who have given first preference to B. And among those 10,000 voters, 1,200 voters have given their first preference to C. And all out of those 10,000 voters, 21 voters have given their first preference to D. So ऐसे ही करके हमने ये कैलकुलेशन किया है कि फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस जो है लोगों को कितने, कौन कौन से कैंडिडेट्स को फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस कितना मिला है. सो ए गॉट 3,800 सबसे ज्यादा, बी 2,900, सी को 1,200 और डी को 2,100. तो लेकिन अब देखा जाए कि जीतने के लिए कितना चाहिए था. टू विन एन इलेक्शन वन शुड गेट 5,001 वोट्स. अब यहाँ तो 5,001 वोट नहीं मिला है किसी को, तो क्या कोई प्रेसिडेंट नहीं बनेगा? नो वन विल बिकम द प्रेसिडेंट. इट इज नॉट सो. प्रेसिडेंट तो बनना है किसी ना किसी को. So let us consider this one. A has got 3,800, B has 2,900, C को. तो इस condition में we can see no one has got 5,001 vote, so no one will become president in this case. But here now the twist is coming. C has got the least number of. As you can see, my students, that over here C has got only 1,200 votes, and A, B, and D both all of them have got more than C. So now here the work of the C has been ended. Now C cannot win the election, as we can see over here, as it has got the minimum votes. So what we are going to do, we are just going to cancel the vote of C. Means the voters who have selected C as their first preference, their votes will be cancelled, and whom they have selected as the second preference, that will become the first, and the third preference will become the second, and the fourth preference will become the third preference of those 1,200 voters. And those 1,200 voters' votes will now be distributed again among between this A, B, and D. As you can see, my dear students over here. Let me show you here. What I am going to show you over here, let me clear that drawing also, so that you can have a better understanding we can have. So here we can see over here. So let us see. I am going to show you one of the ballot paper of a voter who has selected C as his first preference, so that everything should be cleared in our mind. You can see over here, this is one of the ballot paper of a voter who has selected C as his preference. But as you can see over here, his second preference means the preference of that particular voter. His second preference is B, and third is A, and the fourth preference he has given to D. So what will happen now? The votes of C means those the voters who have selected C, means 1,200 voters. They have selected C over there. To give their first preference. Now their first preference will be cancelled over here. You can see, my dear students, you can see over here, this one will be cancelled. Okay, and now their second preference will become their first preference, and the third will become the second, and the fourth will become the third preference. And according to this, those 1,200 votes will be distributed once again among these three, A, B, and D, because C is not in the race now. So let us see, after distribution of 1,200 votes, what really happened. 1,200 votes of C would be distributed among A, B, and D, and C would be out of the election due to the least number of votes, because he does not have any chance of winning the election. So the preference of 1,200 voters will be shifted, as second preference would become first, and so on. Now let us see the condition over here after the distribution, what really happened and who has got how many votes, because 1,200 votes have been distributed now. Now new status we will see after distribution of those 1,200 votes, after the shifting or transfer of the votes. A has got now 4,600 votes, B 3,100, and D has got 2,300 votes. Again, no one has won the election over here because it is compulsory to get 5,001 votes at least to win this election, and none of them has got over here after the distribution of 1,200 votes of C also. So now the least number of votes have been got by this D. D has got 2,300 votes, and he has got the least number. Now, as we have done earlier, D will be out of this particular election because he has got the least number of votes. Now these 2,000 votes, 2,300 votes, or you can say 2,300 voters who have selected D as first preference, that will be cancelled, and their second, third and fourth will be shifted as first, second and third preference. And now those 2,300 votes will again be distributed among whom? A and B. You can see in this condition, D has got the least number of votes, and so D would be out of the election, and his votes of 2,300 will be distributed as we have distributed the vote of C also. So among A and B, it has been now distributed. Now the new status is what? The new status of the vote received by A and B are as follows. You can see A now has got 5,700 votes and B has got 4,300 votes. Now here we can see that A is the winner over here because A has got 5,001 plus votes, 5,001 plus votes, means more than 50% votes, and that is the status. The winner is over here A. So this is the process of the proportional representation, how it happens, how it this is the process, and A becomes the winner over here, and as he has got more than 50% votes over here. So this is called proportional representation, where the votes are transferable. As we have seen that the votes are transferable, have been shifted, their preference have been shifted, and this is the type of the thing that goes on while selecting a president in our country also. Here there is a no chance of winning by majority, because we can see A has won the election, but there is a condition. He has got the preference of others also. He has not alone, or she has not alone won the election by majority. That is the one of the defect was there in the Weimar Republic. More defects we will discuss later on in our next tutorial. That's all. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay at home and stay safe. Bye bye. Take care, all of you.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.